happened? Oh, baby girl.
So is there
No,
a difference like with like Belle? Oh, oh, she almost got you there. You're pretty quick.
right now I'm really pleased with the ways that she's acting with me right now. She is being absolutely wonderful. Um, she's only tried to bite me in the face once in the last hour, and so that's a good thing. And she bites my hand a little bit, but that's okay. Susan and I went through the names last night, and there was, like I said, Nova seems to be the number one, but that's not my favorite. And Susan likes Nova, okay. And then we um, was it Millie, Helen Keller's sister, which I
Wow,
liked
she
a
just
little better.
whacked you in the head good there.
Oh, she does.
Call her
Well,
a
she's
whacker, head
like
whacker.
I said, she's coming into her own. Um,
Get him, no
uh,
name.
my thought. Um, I would like to name her Kate.
How about Thumper too? She's thumping on you.
Yeah, but that'll stop.
Nobody said Kate. That wasn't like these guys from nowhere.
I know that's a name that I came up with, and let me explain why. Uh, for for many years, I performed at the Utah Shakespeare Festival, uh, playing the part of a 15th century falconer, and and basically teaching the patrons to the festival as if they were my students. And so I did that, all summer long, and then I actually had a couple more jobs, which one was taking the patrons out on a field trip to go out and look at Indian petroglyphs and dinosaur tracks and hawk, eagle, and falcon habitats and that kind of stuff. And then the third job was that I taught a summer class at Southern Utah University. It's okay. At Southern Utah University on falconry and Shakespeare, and because in almost all Shakespeare plays there are references to falconry because falconry was the world's most popular sporting activity at the time, and so there was lots and lots of references to falconry.
Well, you would know you were there.
I was, and one of the best known plays in Shakespeare is called Taming of the Shrew, and Taming of the Shrew, from start to finish, is all about falconry, and kind of a short version of the story is it's about two sisters, and these two sisters, one sister is is the older sister, and the older sister is basically incredibly beautiful, but she is highly temperamental. She's kind of aggressive and has a real attitude. And she and basically all the boys in town were afraid of her because she was so tough. And the second sister was this the younger one was a pretty gal who is sweet and charming, and all of the boys in town wanted to date her. And so, in order for the father to deal with this situation with his um, oldest daughter, he basically told all the boys in town that nobody can date his younger daughter. His younger daughter was named Bianca. Could date her until the older daughter was married, and so basically they're all trying to figure out how can we get the older daughter married off. and uh, a guy comes to town named Petruchio, and he comes to town and he announces to the community that he's come to wed. And so anyway, everybody tries to hook him up with the older daughter, and the older daughter's name is Kate, and the older sister. And oh, good girl, you're gonna eat a little bit. That's my girl. You're not gonna throw it at me. Anyway, and Petruchio basically goes through this elaborate process that falconers go through, called a falconer's wake, uh, to basically gentle Kate because of her disposition and personality. And oh, good girl, she ate without throwing her all over the floor, and all over the house. So that's a good thing. And so Kate is referred to um, in the play as the Haggard of the Rock. And the Haggard of the Rock, in falconry terms, is a fully adult female peregrine falcon. That's the Haggard of the Rock. And the female adult peregrine falcon, like I said, is very temperamental. It takes a great deal more patience to deal with, and that is what this little gal is. She's a fully adult, um, untouched for years, and she is far more temperamental than her younger sister is. Uh, she is extremely beautiful, and so I just thought that would be kind of a perfect name for her, is to call her Kate. Um, my bit of a challenge.
So do you think you're starting to see signs of her true personality now, as opposed to stage fright from the new setting?
Well, we are. We're like I said, we're seeing. She's a little more curious, which is good to see. She basically um, she has settled in, and I'm really proud to be able to say this. She has settled in, that whether she's on the perch here in the living room or the perch downstairs, um, she is very comfortable. She likes the perch, even though she's by the television. When she's upstairs and when the TV's on and lots of movement, she has accepted Susan better than just about any other bird I've had, which I think is wonderful. And so Susan walks into the living room, doesn't bother her a bit. Most of my other birds, it does. She doesn't seem to mind the dog, doesn't mind Cody. So she's really kind of settled in wonderfully to this environment. Again, we're not to the point of seeing how she'll do as a wildlife ambassador yet. That's still a little ways down the road. She hasn't traveled in the car yet. Uh, she is still a little bit tough to hood, but we're getting there with her hooding, so that hopefully she'll be able to accept the hood um, appropriately. And so yeah, we're seeing improvements. Where I'm really happy with how things are coming with her. Um, I don't, and I so no Susan doesn't particularly like it either. To basically me sit in a chair here in the living room, and I've got plastic down and a towel down and everything, trying to keep things clean, and for little Kate here to basically pull chunks of food and literally throw it all the way across the room. And so I have to go through and pick up bits and pieces of food, and then get the vacuum out and try to keep the house a little cleaner. That's her little protest. But as you saw today, she didn't do that. I was thrilled that she ate her entire breakfast. And so that's wonderful. So we're making progress. Let me thank you for all of your kindness and for your generosity. We've had a little bit of a fundraiser going for her, and we have raised a little over $800 to basically purchase food for her and to care for her. and we're very, very grateful for all of that. $800 will buy a lot of food to help keep her fed and going. And so just, I can't tell you how much I appreciate everyone and your kindness. And please, if you have questions, please holler at us. We're happy, can't even talk today, happy to answer anyone's questions. So we'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.